Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lion's Den. Today we're going to be going over the basics of talismans. Where do we get them from? What do they give us? How do we level them? What stats do they give? So let's get into it. So what are talismans? Talismans, I guess you could basically say, is like an accessory. It's not gear, it's not skins, it's not glyphs. It has its own currency and it has its own way of leveling. So take for example, let's just go to my Kayla. You will see the talisman button here. I have maxed out her second one. There has been 2 rounds of talismans basically now. There are only, I think, 3 or 4 heroes that haven't got it, like Polaris, Soleil, Tempest, and the other 2 are Lara and the Turtles, but Lara and the Turtles are different altogether because they were collaboration heroes, so I don't think they will be getting a second talisman. First will be it. So yeah, as you can see, I've got my second one leveled. We level them with the mastery crystals, which we will get from some events like the one we have running today. We also can get them in bundles if you want to buy them. You can also get them in chests that are in the battle pass. I think there's like a mastery coffer where you can choose between these crystals to level them, or to reroll them you need the meta cubes, which you can also get from these events. If we go down to my talisman and go to reroll, you'll see now I need meta cubes to reroll. So with any talisman, there is only one stat that you can change the amount of. The main stat, as you can see here for Kayla, is armor penetration. Depending on the level, the amount will go up until it reaches the max, which is level 50, and that gives the 12,000 armor penetration. The other 3 here, you can re-roll those. As you can see here, 100 metacubes, you can re-roll the 3 crit chance stats. You cannot save a stat, so say that I got the gold one, which is the highest. You cannot just save that and re-roll the other 2. It's all or nothing, basically. If we go to the information at the top here, you will see the percentages to get the rolls. So obviously under 1% for the 2200 gold, purple ranging from 1.6 to 4, and then the basics ones, which you'll get quite a lot of. For example, let's see if we can get here. You can see at the bottom here, 5200 is the combined amount that I have. So it's a lot easier, you don't have to do some maths. I think they added this only a couple of months ago, which was really needed because you could re-roll a better roll, which was stupid. Let's just waste like 1,000 and just show you how it works. So you hit the re-roll and you'll see the amounts on the right hand side change, and it will give you a total here and tell you that you're going to lose 1700 crit. So I don't want that. Let's try again. Minus 1900. Great. 1500 under. 500 under. I mean, realistically, I'd be surprised if I got a better roll, but 3, 2, 1. Yeah, trash. As expected. So you can just jump out of there. Gone. Simple as that. So it costs, I think, around 23,000 crystals to fully max one talisman from 0 to 50. At the beginning, all you will have unlocked is the main stat and the first one. I think at level 25 on the talisman, you get the second reroll, and then obviously 50, you get the third. So, how do we get them? There are 3 or 4 ways you can get them. As you can see here, we have an event today. Oh, there you go. See, I get some mastery crystals for re-rolling my talisman. So you have the Talisman Keeper event. It has a login task, spending emeralds, spending cash. I just did my Valkyrie, so I got a little bit. Energy, re-rolling the actual slots on the talisman, and Trials for Keeper is you got to win battles in Arena or Grand Arena with a hero that has a talisman. It's pretty easy. Obviously, it's a bit harder now in Arena because it's global and nobody lowers their teams, but you can still do this in Grand Arena with your guild. Have 2 teams that just have like a level 1 and just trade hits, basically. It's a lot easier that way. In this event, basically, normally there is 6 talismans. So every single one of these will have a talisman attached to it. When you log in day 1, you get a talisman. Spend 60,000 emeralds, you get a talisman. VIP, I think I've still got one. There it is, Julius. Not getting that. 10,000, and you get the talisman. Energy, I think it's 5k for the talisman. Rerolling, I have not got a clue. I think it might be towards 50. And the PvP battles is normally 7. So in a normal event, you're able to get 4 basically for free, because you can log in, get one. You can just do some energy and get one. Reroll a talisman, get one. And do some PvP battles, get one. So you could get technically 4 for basically free. Obviously, we have the paywall of the emeralds and the VIP. Not much you can do about that. If it's a very good one, I mean, it's up to you. It's your money. If you want to spend it, go for it. So the other ways. So there is, I think, 3 other ways. There is another event called the Talisman Fever event. It's a smaller task line. I think it's only like 3. It's energy, tower, and logging in. It will basically give you currency for a shop, like the Chaos event we have at the moment. You get currency to spend in the shop, like that. But it's just for talismans. The shop will have like 16 talismans for a certain amount of currency. You've got to do tasks to get the currency or spend emeralds. I think there is a loot box. You basically spend emeralds to just get coins for the shop. Normally the ratio is actually quite good. It's normally around 1 emerald for 1 currency. So normally you can spend, say, 15,000, 20,000 emeralds and get a talisman that you want. So it's not bad. The other way is the talisman shop. This one's even simpler than the currency one. It's a shop literally that just has talisman for emeralds. That's it. Ranging from like 10k to 60k. A lot of people use them before. As for what talismans are in the shop, they're basically random. We have people that data mine stuff, like events and stuff, so we sometimes do get them in advance. But it can be the first ones, it can be the second ones, and we just don't know who for. So it's a gamble, but at least it's a way of getting them. At the moment, I don't think they've brought back the first set of talismans, so we're still waiting on them. A lot of people are wanting them because some of them are really good, but we're just going to wait and see when they bring those back out. It's been a quite highly suggested comment to bring back the first set of talismans, because a lot of people missed out on them. A lot of people missed out on the second ones because you've probably only just started playing the game. The last way, and unfortunately the most, whatever you want to call it, gacha chess random gambling, is the roulette wheel spin that we get sometimes on these events. So we just had it, I think, for like Christmas we had one. I think there's another one after that, but I can't remember. But basically, like the event that we have now for Polaris, if I go to a shop, if I could apparently learn how to play the game, in the shop you'll see they have the star coins. This is what you get for defeating the last boss over and over again, so you can collect them. In other events, we've had a roulette wheel that you could spin for one of these coins, and you could get a random reward, such as skin stones, artifact coins, actual full skins, like an actual skin for someone, or a talisman. They're also random, so we never know what they're going to get. They're also a very low drop rate, so it's making you spend. Personally, I just get what I can. I don't try and get like hundreds of coins to get spins, because it's not worth it in my opinion. You could get absolute trash and it'd be an absolute waste of emeralds. So yeah, that's basically it for the talismans. The only other thing to note is talismans are only for level 120. Until you get to 120, I think you can't get them unless maybe the roulette spin. But apart from that, you won't see the Talisman Fever event. You won't see, I think, the Talisman shop because you're not 120. Don't quote me on the Talisman shop. I'm not sure about that, but I think it is. We'll just go over quickly a couple of the talismans in general. So let's go for physical attack ones. You will see ones like Cascade. Here we have a basic one. So for the first set of talismans for the majority of the heroes, the first stat will always be their main stat agility, and then they have the secondary stat after that. The second talismans branch out a bit differently, as you can see. Health, didn't know I could see that. And then, it's 10, 20, and 50. You don't unlock the first one after just unlocking the talisman. My bad on that one. So yeah. So basically all the first talismans will have a basic stat and then a stat that you can reroll. Let's just go for a couple here. As you can see there, you've got Cleaver Strength for the first one, Fafnir's second one, Physical Attack and Armor, but his first one will be Strength, and then added stat on that. There you go. We can just level this one to 10 just to show. There you go. So it unlocks the physical attack for Corvus. A nice little trick for this Power of Tournament. Tournament of Power even. The side rewards here, you can actually get them without spending anything to open your power. If you, say, go to a hero that has 2 talismans, which isn't him, you can just change. You can equip this one, and then equip back to the one that's higher, and obviously the power here will change. If it's over the amount that you need for all the side reward quests, you can just do that every day. You don't have to spend anything, just collect free rewards and carry on. So yeah, that's basically the guide for talismans. They're pretty simple to get. We're still waiting on when they're going to happen next because there's not many talismans left. So they're going to have to think of another way of doing events or doing the Talisman Fever in the Talisman shop more often. So we'll see what happens. Apart from that, guys, appreciate the support. Like, subscribe. I plan on Monday on doing some faction videos. So if you guys have any specific faction in mind, feel free to post and comment on anywhere that I post this. And we'll see what happens on Monday. Have a good weekend, guys. Much love. Bye. I knew I would forget one thing. If you are under level 120 and you want to see what talismans you do have, if you go into, say, a training and you click on the talismans, you will see your talismans. Let's go right on the left hand side here. So you can see, even if you're not level 120, it will tell you which ones you have for certain heroes. I knew I'd forget something. There you go. Cheers.